Talofalava and welcome to Samoa, the pearl of the Pacific Ocean. Samoa is a group of vibrant, colorful islands with enthusiastic, friendly citizens in the heart of the biggest ocean in the world. The core to this positive and friendly attitude of Samoans comes with the belief in God and the innate spirituality of her people. The Baha'i Faith has been in Samoa for over 60 years now, and the people of Samoa have warmly welcomed the faith. Their late King, Malietoa Tanumafili II, became a Baha'i. These islands are the home to the only Baha'i House of Worship in the South Pacific Islands. Along with their warm embrace in this new faith, Samoans are active in helping their communities. The Baha'i Faith started in the 19th century in Iran, founded by Baha'u'llah, which means the glory of God. The core principles of the Baha'i Faith is that there is one God, one human race, and that all religions come from the same source, God the Almighty. The aim is one and the same, to teach love and promote an ever-advancing civilization.
You know, when you place yourself in God's hands, you're always protected.
Samoa was introduced to the Baha'i Faith by a young woman, Lilian Wisalai. She traveled from Australia in 1954 to these small but promising islands to teach this new religion.
Looking over what seemed to be an ocean of green, Lillian's first thought was, "Oh Baha'u'llah, where will I find the people?" And the people were found, and many, many, many people were later found.
When Sohail and I married, we lived on top of the only bank. There were some cracks in the wood on the floor, so you could see something that went on in the bank below. And one day the bank manager sent one of the staff up to ask me to stop washing the floor as the water was getting on the banknotes.
Core activities help keep the country a vibrant and influential community. These core activities are primarily classes for children, teenagers, and adults on spirituality. They are children's classes for the ages between 4 to 11, the junior youth empowerment programs for 12 to 15-year-olds, and study circles for 16 and older. The purpose of these activities is to have every individual involved and to be active within their communities and in their own lives. Junior youth groups are headed by an animator, a person who is 16 or older. During these junior youth empowerment programs, there are a series of books that they go through, combined with service projects that helps the needs of the communities.
There's 2 junior youth groups that are going on right now. One is studying Glimmerings of Hope, and we're really lucky to have it before we move on to the next book, which is Spirit of Faith. It's pretty hard for even us as animators and coordinators. It's good because you find out that the kids know way more than you, and it's awesome because they remind you of what you should be studying. You should never forget about school. And for Glimmerings of Hope, it's a book about vengeance. Here the kids have learned to get rid of that vengeance and to just answer back with love. If someone strikes you, just answer back with love, and you know, all that, the virtues they learn in the book. And in the books they have quotes about love and unity and all that stuff. So it's really good.
Same as like a teacher of a children's classes, but there's a differences between a teacher and an animator. A teacher has the power to control of the class only by himself. An animator, in my own thought, is someone that who accompany the children while they are in doing their work. It's an assistance to the junior youth classes and also helping them know what they can do in their future.
And being an animator as a youth, it's really easy because you just came out of that period of being a junior youth. So your connection with the junior youth is real quick. In Breezes of Confirmation, it shows some virtues about sharing, kindness, helpfulness, generosity. There's part of the story where a girl's traveling in the bus and a little kid, a stranger, cries to her mom that she's hungry, and this junior youth offers her food, and so she doesn't eat. And then it gets to the kids here that, you know, if your little sister or brother's hungry, they should be the first ones to take a bite.
In 1984, the Baha'i House of Worship opened its doors in Jabbari, 8 kilometers from the capital, Apia. It serves as the mother temple of the Pacific Islands, one of only 8 Baha'i houses of worship in the world. These temples are also called the atoning place of the remembrances of God. Karen and Pennytail make sure the temple is open, tidy, and work with other Samoan Baha'is to welcome any visitor that may come through.
We often have youth come and serve here. Sometimes we have the youth come from the villages during their school holidays. They may come and spend a weekend or a week or two coming and helping out. Sometimes a children's class or a junior youth group will come and rake the grass after it's been mowed. There was once a very sweet little children's class came, tiny little darling children from one of the village children's classes came and they dusted and polished all the seats in the temple. And it's just wonderful when we have our local Baha'is here coming and volunteering their time and energy. And
the good thing about this place is that things grow so fast. You know, you decide to create a new garden somewhere, and then a few weeks later, boom, it's showing up. You know, yeah, exactly. So it's very easy to create new gardens, and if you see something that has to be done somewhere, and you just do it. You know, things that grow so fast. We have about 20-something acres of lawn to mow. And we have lawn mowers, bush lawn mowers, we have the weed eaters, and we have a tractor that mows 2/3 of the place, and with the tractor,
And the tractor's 58 years old. So it's an amazing, good old Massey Ferguson, ancient tractor, but does a good job.
Another junior youth group up here went down to another junior youth group and combined and cleaned up their area. They just wanted to show them what they did here, and they could also apply it there. And the families that were there offered us money, they gave us money. They thought we were fundraising. And then hearing a junior youth explain to them that we don't want money, we're just here to clean up our village. For we are the future. And listening to the children explain this just shows that they don't need us. All they need from us is support and love and the guidance. So we have that.
The late Malietoa Tanumafili II reigned Samoa from 1962 to 2007. He became a Baha'i, making him the second royal to be a member of the Baha'i Faith, the first being Queen Marie of Romania. He was also the first reigning Baha'i monarch. Throughout the years, the Malietoa supported the faith in its mission to build an ever-advancing civilization.
There is hardly anything added to the structure of this building. It's the pure structure that you see. The ribs are what is meant for the body of the building, it's the bones of the building. And the glass is in between the ribs, letting the light in. When the days are clear, you can see the movement of the clouds through these ribs.
Architect Hussein Amanat spoke at the 20th anniversary celebration of the Samoan Baha'i Temple, explaining the support and guidance he received from the Malietoa.
I brought the design to show it to His Highness Malietoa. He was very happy to see the design and he liked it very much. And his kindness and support always continued for this building. He used to pay visits many times to see the progress of the work. It was a very dear building for him. It's as if you are in heaven, or at least I have thought, I have many times felt that. When the prayers are being said and you look up, it's as if you are somewhere up there.
He invited me to come with him when His Highness came up for the luncheon after the laying of the cornerstone of the temple, when Ria Kanum was here.
I have the great honor of dedicating this first mother temple of all the Pacific Islands to public worship.
I am further moved to express our gratitude to the supreme body of Baha'i Faith, the Universal House of Justice, for choosing Western Samoa to be the recipient of such a gift. My sincere and warmest expression of thanks goes to the members of the Baha'i Faith all over the world, both high and low, who have given so generously of their resources.
Reared in the heart of Polynesia, in this lovely island of Samoa, its present beautiful location acquired in 1975, its cornerstone laid by His Highness Malietoa Tanumafili II in an impressive and widely attended ceremony in 1979. This much blessed house of worship, now opening wide its doors to peoples of all creeds, of all races, of all nations, and of all classes, is dedicated to the three fundamental verities animating and underlying the Baha'i Faith: the unity of God, the unity of His prophets, the unity of mankind.
Samoan people, everyone believes in God. They know the spiritual reality that there is God. It's demonstrated here very strongly by people being involved in churches, but they certainly know that there is God and that people pray and rely on God and trust in God, and that's something that I really enjoy about Samoan culture and Samoan society. Whereas often in Western countries, there's certainly no basic understanding or acceptance of that.
It is a Baha'i-inspired program, but it's not for Baha'is, it's for anyone. It doesn't, in the books, it doesn't direct out that you're a Baha'i, you're not a Baha'i. It just directs you're a junior youth. which makes the junior youth think that, oh, I have a purpose, and it establishes that light. And then as we go on to other books, it makes that light stronger and it starts blooming, because you start off with a small number of junior youth group. For example, up here we started off with 5. Then as time passed, it grew, the number grew to about 10 or 11. And so it just shows that junior youth don't want this for themselves. They also want it for their friend. So they invite a friend over to come listen and see what they think about it, and they end up staying with us. So the number just grows, and then they started bringing their little sisters and brothers. So we started a children class, because they can't really be mixed because they wouldn't understand what the junior youth are studying. So we made up a group for a children class.
So what we're doing now, we're doing some of the services, offering services to cleaning up, reading the gardens of other families and helping other people in doing their work. Like an example is going to help them doing their duties in their houses.
They would suggest what we could do and they would organize everything. We're just at the back to support and to help out. They're at the forefront, so we're just the ones backing them up. And recently they held a fun day for all the children in the village, and from down the road, children class from another village.
The holy writings of Baha'u'llah, the prophet founder of the Baha'i Faith, teaches us to value people of all ages and cultural diversity, like the flowers of a garden. Each culture makes unique contributions towards the enrichment, betterment, and learning of our global society. One of the principles of the Baha'i Faith is the equality of men and women. Without it, the world will not be able to prosper.
The 2 wings is man and woman. The bird can't fly if there's just 1 wing, so it needs 2 wings, which is man and woman.
And I was looking at the impact of religion on women's lives in Samoa, in a lot of the different religious communities in Samoa: Methodist, Congregationalist, Catholic, Baha'i, Mormon as well, the Latter-day Saints, and also Charismatic Christians. So I looked at the role of women in all these different religious communities. Well, what I found was really fascinating, because I found that traditionally feminist theories of religion say that religion oppresses women, and I wanted to challenge that, because the first time I came to Samoa in 1995, I had felt that religion had really empowered women in Samoa, that they were very committed to their religion and that it gave them a lot of joy, a lot of meaning, a lot of purpose to their lives. And so I did find that there was a kind of a double-edged sword with religion, that some things were very empowering, but some of the structures, religious structures, could be constraining for women.
These teachings of equality, love and unity are being taught to all ages. They have children's classes that use games, singing and arts to nurture the young to know that all are created equal.
And in Samoa, respect is a real priority, so the kids know about these virtues as they're brought up in their own language. So having these books just confirms that not only we have this, someone on the other side of the world has it as well. And so these books, the ages in these books are real young, so they find out that these age groups, their age is real special, and it gives them an identity in society.
They all have their group, and the biggest group is Sasina. There are 30 of them, and right now we have 9 of the youth from Whangalalo. Satofia, they have group, and Papa Puleya, and Papa and Puleya. So really big challenge for me, because see how all these youth came and asked questions, and also the parents, the story from their parents, they really appreciate the program, what the Baha'is are doing right now. And the fact, because of we are in the village, so most of them, they speak the mother tongue, the Samoan, so it's a big challenge for us for learning the language of English. So that's the other thing, it really makes them happy. And anytime I go and say, oh, we have a guest, like this morning, and said, oh, we have friends from New Zealand, they're coming, and everyone's ready. For children's classes, they're learning because they trying to teach the virtues and try to say how to say A, B, C, number, basic things like that, and to learn how they say prayers, English, Samoa, and Maori. And the other thing, this little one, if I tell them something new, they learn so quick. The songs they're singing.
So 10 o'clock on Sundays, we have beautiful services. Writings of the different religions are read. In the Baha'i Faith we have no clergy, and so our services are just from the friends themselves, taking turns at reading the writings from the different holy books of the world, punctuated by exquisite singing from choirs.
Local
choirs.
Yeah.
We've got 3 choirs, I think, at the moment from different areas, different villages.
Yeah.
And they take turns and sing so beautifully with no musical instruments. So in the House of Worship, the only thing that happens there is the Word of God is read and the Word of God is sung. There are no sermons, no collections of money. It's just a beautiful experience of a pure, sacred, meditative space.
I know that I am the animator and I am the assistant and I gave the accompaniment to the children, and I'm just doing things right now because I see that the changes right now is happening. It's real happening. So that is why I did it. And some ask me, why did you do it right now? Why are you just helping them? Why don't you go out and doing your leisure activities like watching televisions and doing something? Go to free your mind or somewhere, or to go to movies. And what I'm worried about is I am worried about their future and what they will become, and the other generation, that they will see them and they will copy the things they do, and they will also walk in the straight path that I am going to do right now. Is I'm going to help them, and I'm going to give them time to think about what is important of life today.
See the different, they confident to talk with the friends in even in their school. They are confident, especially improving their reading. You know, any virtues, any new words, we teach them. They practice and try to live on that, practice every day. And the other thing, what I realized, all these youth in my group, their big improvement in the school. They become first in the class, and it really makes me proud of them to be in a junior youth group.
I do some games that I know that they are interested in that, and they are learning something from that game. So we are doing that because they cannot afford to pay bills, and they do not have some good knowledges of being involved in schools. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to giving them minds and to satisfy them and to tell them what they really want to do. It's like an aim and a goal. It's like a motto of our children classes and also our junior youth group. We're going to, the youth can build the word and they can rule the world.
This be the light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
The Samoan Baha'is and their friends continue to harbor this idea of unity and fellowship. The activities have only grown in numbers, and they are an example of how our country comes together to help one another. Thank you for watching Baha'i on Air. Until next time, ka kite anō, or as we say in Samoa, tō whā soifo.